stones that fell from deep in the earth that resembled thunder. So loud, so violent, such alarm.
It's like they're breathing stuff.
The Dutch word wrote a purge without tomorrows. Nothing remains of the Hiroshima schoolgirl. A shadow, printed on the wall by the light of 1,000 suns. Victim sacrificed on the altar.
Petutius Placidus, Lucretius Fronto, Sextilius Verus, Phoebe, Pomaria, Cassia, Lucius Valerian, Neria, Suetius Elenus, Demetrius, Octavius Romulus, Neria, Attica Secundina.
What would you do if you had 24 hours left to live?
I would look to the sky one last time. A tireless manic energy would take me over.
What would you do if you were going to die?
Can you think of a better way to go out than multiple orgasms?
Normally I have sugar-free, but given the circumstances, I had extra.
Who would you want to see? What would you do? What will be your last act?
What I would really want, selfish as this is for someone to be thinking of me in their last moments. I would fade out and hope to be reunited with the part of me that is eternal.
On the day you die, will you even know it? An hour before, will you know? A minute, a second? When it becomes inevitable, when it becomes clear it's time, will you fight it? Will you embrace it? Will you laugh? Knowing you should take it seriously, will you be unable to stop thinking one stupid phrase over and over? This is what happened. There had been noticed for many days before a trembling of the earth so particularly violent that it not only shook, but actually overturned, as it would seem, everything about them. After this, fearful droughts and sudden and violent earthquakes occurred, so that the whole plain round about seized, and the summits leaped into the air. There were frequent rumblings from below that resembled thunder, and some on the surface that sounded like bellowings. The sea also joined in the roar, and the sky re-echoed it. Suddenly a portentous crash was heard, as if the mountains were tumbling in ruins, and huge stones were hurled aloft. Then came a great quantity of fire and endless smoke. Darkness came upon them, not such as we have when the sky is cloudy, or when there is no moon, but that of a room when it is shut up, and all the lights put out. Day was turned into night, and light into darkness. They fled, some from the houses into the streets, others from outside into the houses, now from the sea to the land, and now from the land to the sea. For in their excitement they regarded any place where they were not as safer than where they were. You might hear the shrieks of women, the screams of children, and the shouts of men, some calling for their children, others for their parents, others for their husbands, and seeking to recognize each other by the voices that replied, one lamenting his own fate, another that of his family, some wishing to die from the very fear of dying, some lifting their hands to the gods, but the greater part convinced that there were now no gods at all, and that the final endless night of which we have heard had come upon the world. Some believed that the whole universe was being resolved into chaos or fire,